Yeah, I mean, there is no balance. It's punish them inside with Nicola. We went to the foul line 21 times in the second half alone, and 32 for the game, which might be a season high. We got into the bonus early. It's funny. I can hear my father right now. Like he was always preaching, get into the bonus early, get into the bonus early, get to the foul line. And in that second half, I think we did a really good job of doing so. They go small. We know they go small. They get very aggressive, very physical, and I thought we handled it. They got the lead. We didn't panic. We got our guys back in. We executed. We got timely stops, and that's a really good win. I know on paper they're 3-7. They've lost 6 in a row, but I think everyone in this room understands the talent that they have and the desperation that they were playing with, and they're going to figure it out. I'm just happy that they didn't figure it out tonight.
How do you think the second unit responded to that?
I thought they were really good. I mean, give Jalen Pickett credit, man. That's a tough first game to play against a team like that. They got a lot of ball hawks. They had Terrence Mann on them, just pressuring up the court. But he went out there and did his job. I thought Christian Brown, that's what Christian Brown needs to be every night. 10 points, being aggressive, moving without the ball, finishing around the basket. Peyton, Zeke. Zeke, 3 points, 3 rebounds doesn't sound like a lot, but he's just a workhorse out there. So I thought tonight was a good night for that second unit.
What did you see out of Jalen maybe that Colin maybe doesn't have that in his game?
I know. I think they're fairly similar. I mean, they were both great college guards. Obviously, Jalen is very strong. Maybe you could say that. No knock on Colin because he's now weak. I mean, but Jalen is a very strong physical guard. They tried to go at him in the post a few times. I actually thought he played good post defense against the likes of a Kawhi or a Paul George. And, the one thing you love about Jalen and Colin, for that fact, is that they're not going to back down. Both really tough kids. And, it was great to get Jalen out there in real game minutes. And I thought he responded and played well.
What happened with your defense in the last 5 minutes or so? How did you see it really turn up on that side of the ball?
Yeah, I mean, last year I think we finished the regular season third in clutch defensive rating. And so that was one of the things that drove us crazy as coaches, is because when the game was on the line, we knew that team would show up and defend at a high level. And I think you saw that again tonight. Guys were locked in. We had the right matchups, the right coverages. I thought KCP played really good defense in the second half on Paul George, who was a tough cover one-on-one. So we had to give a little bit more help on him, and I think that affected his rhythm a little bit because I feel like he had 20 points right away. But the guys understood if we were going to come back and win this game, it wasn't just going to be executing and scoring. It was we were going to have to defend and rebound. And obviously, -6 on the glass is not where we want to be, but I thought down the stretch, Katie, to your point, we did a pretty good job. 24 points in the fourth quarter allowed is a tremendous number for us.
Coach, what can you say about Reggie Jackson just continuing to find ways to step up, and even against the former teammates?
Yeah, I think anytime you play against your former team, there's a little bit of a added motivation. So I'm sure Reggie had a little extra pep in his step. He just told me, he goes, I'm going up to the practice court to work on my free throws because he missed those last 2 that left the game hanging for a few seconds. But 7-11 from the field, 4 assists, 18 points, 3 rebounds, and he's doing his job. I mean, he's doing everything we need him to do. We ran and played down the stretch. We had a lot of action out of it, and Nicole was garnering so much attention. Reggie got the sneak drive for the layup. He's able to get the ball to Nicola in the post, which may sound easy, but feeding the post is a lost art, and Reggie actually does a really good job of getting the ball inside to the big. So when you lose to Jamal Murray, you need guys to step up, and Reggie's done that.
Game 2 at the blue court, does it feel like something different with this tournament right now?
I can tell it does for you. You're really excited about the blue court. I hope you enjoy it. To me, it's the same. You know what I mean? I think our court is actually better than some of the other courts that I've seen. There are some horrendous courts out there. So, but yeah, that's right. So are we 2-0 now in our in-season rankings? And now we have 2 road games, correct?
Yep.
New Orleans and Houston. All right. So yeah, we'll see what happens with those. But it was great to get this win, knowing that we're leaving for a 5-game, 9-game road trip. And as we've been talking about all season, we have to find a way to, to be better than 500 on the road. It's going to be a hell of a challenge.
You mentioned that play late. I think you guys got points off it with Nicola coming off the wedge screen pretty much every single possession. What went into deciding to go with that play?
Yeah, it's a play that we usually run for our power forwards, but I just it's something that I had on my play call sheet as a go-to play for Nicola when teams are switching pick and roll. And the great thing about that play is that he has the option to post up directly, depending on how they guard him on the initial screen. He starts on the right wing, and if he doesn't go into the post, now he's playing side pick and roll. If they're going to switch that, then you have Nicola being guarded by a small. And that's usually an advantage for Nicola. So it's just something that we have within our play calls, but I really rarely run it with Nicola. But I'm glad I did tonight because down the stretch, obviously we milked it, and Nicola and Reggie made all the right plays.
Was the Clippers going small like part of that calculation tonight?
Yeah, I mean it's they've been doing that. I mean that's one of the things. Ty Lue is a very good coach, and when they're struggling, whatever, they're going to get Zubats out, play really small, switch everything, and they probably do it better than most in terms of when they play their small lineup and their switchability. But yeah, that was definitely part of it as well.
Do you have any side conversations with Michael Porter Jr. as how well he has been playing and then struggled a little bit tonight shooting the ball?
Just trying to support him. I mean, like if to your point, Michael is 4 of 11, 2 of 8, 5 boards, 1 block, 10 points, had a steal in there as well. He missed a couple of free throws. Just trying to support him, and like uplift him. He has been playing very well. To your point, he has been shooting the ball well. So when the shots aren't going, just reminding him that he's more than just a shooter. He's a guy that can help us on defense. He's a guy that can help us on the glass. He can be a facilitator, whatever it may be. And that's the greatest area of growth, in my opinion, that Michael's had, is that when he's not making shots, he's not dropping his head, he's finding other ways to help and be on the floor in crunch time. And tonight was just another example. All right. Thanks, everybody.